Today we make a different video, a kind of video on request. Today we will prepare pork belly. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Magandang araw sa iyong lahat. Welcome po sa aking channel. Today I'm making a video on request. People wanted to know how to have an easy recipe to make pork belly. Now the pork belly that we are making, we make it in the oven and we don't put it in a frying pan because it's more healthy. And this is a really easy recipe, so that's why I wanted to share it with you. Now the only things that you need is some ingredients to the marinade. We use soy sauce and we will use chili powder for that. And for the skin we just need flour and we just need salt. So it's like 4 ingredients that we need, and that's all to make pork belly. So let's start. So, as you already see, we're doing that together because we cannot film and we cannot cook at the same time. So, we're helping each other out. Now, the marinade, you can put it as much as you prefer. Just make sure that your skin is not too wet because you have to make your skin completely dry. That's the most important, to make your skin crispy. It needs to be completely dry. You really wipe it with a lot of paper, kitchen paper. Now, once you made the skin as dry as possible with the paper, you take flour. You put it on top and you will really wrap it in. That will make sure that the moist that is still in the skin, that you cannot remove with the paper, that it will be absorbed. Now, I didn't tell that in the beginning, but this is a recipe. It's taking 2 days because you have to let it rest overnight to make sure that all the moist is out of the skin, and also to let the meat be marinated. So we're making it today and it will be baked in the oven tomorrow. Then you put salt on the skin and then you just do the same what you did with the flour. And the salt will stay over this overnight. Now, don't be afraid to use as much salt as you think that is needed. There will be going a little bit in the skin, but tomorrow we will remove this salt. It's just that the more salt that we put on the skin, the more it will absorb the moist and the more crispy that our skin will be. So don't be afraid for that. You can already see I put already the flour on it, and still now you can see that the salt is becoming moisted, so it's doing its job. And then we put it like this in the refrigerator overnight. Don't cover it because then it will start sweating in the refrigerator and then there will come extra moist, but we will just put it like this in the refrigerator. And I will see you back tomorrow. So we're back here the day after. The pork belly was in the refrigerator overnight. Now we have 2 pieces of pork belly because my wife, she tried a different kind of marinade and also put some ingredients inside just to test if it's working out. If this will work out fine, for sure she will make a video on her channel. So if you didn't subscribe to her channel, you can find it in the end screen. And that's Madame Filipinay Belgium. Now back to this recipe that I'm using. I will change the camera so you can see also, because we are almost ready. It's not a lot of work anymore, but we have to make the skin dry and we have to put some foil around. Now that's the trick, but I will show you. I will just change the setup so you can see the table. So we're in the table, and as you can see here, there is a lot of moist on it. That's because of the salt. It took the moist out of it. Now there's still a lot of salt on it, and now we just take some kitchen paper and we will just get all the moist off and also get the salt off, because this is really important. If the skin is not dry, it will not be crispy. And you can really feel that the skin is really dry already, so it will help to put it in the oven. Now, is this the only recipe to make it? No, because every region will have its own kind of recipe to make it. This is just an easier recipe, and even it's not really healthy to eat a lot of pork belly because of the fat. I think this is a more easy way than putting it in a deep fryer. Now, one of the things is also really important. Make sure, you can see some recipes that are piercing the skin. Now, I'm not doing that. The reason why? One time the butcher made like a cut in the skin, so the skin was damaged. And that time when we made this pork belly, this Lechon Kawali, the skin was not crispy because the fat was coming out and it was destroying the skin, and it was destroying the crispy part of the skin. So that's why I don't make any cuts, because I don't want that the fat is coming out. So we need this to be in the oven. Important is that it's going slow in the oven, because otherwise the meat will not be tender inside. Now it has to be high enough to make the skin crispy, and that's why we use some aluminium foil, and this we will put around the meat so the meat stays nice and tender. Just put it in the middle, and we will make it around the skin. Now it would be more easy if the meat was nice in a square, but it's not, so I just have to make sure that it's nice and tight. If it's not nice and tight, the meat will burn, because it has to be in the oven for 1 hour, and that will really ruin the Lechon. Now, once it's around the meat, we have to make sure that the skin is free. So what I'm doing is like, this one is too much. Sorry if it's making too much noise in the microphone, but it's like I'm rolling it over. And I keep it a little bit higher than the skin. You will immediately see why. Now, as I said, is this the only way to make it? No, for sure not. But I think This is an easy way to make it. It's nice. It's not taking a lot of time or effort. And from all the times that I make it, it only was one time that I didn't succeed. And that's just because the skin was pierced. All the other times it succeeded, and it was really nice. So our lichen is like this. What we have to do then, we take some vinegar, doesn't matter which vinegar, and we just put it on top. It will make sure that the skin is becoming more crispy. And then, that's like one of the tricks, I think. You take salt. It doesn't have to be really expensive salt because you have different kinds, but this one is just to put a coating on top of the skin. You just turn it on like this. And you don't have to be afraid that it becomes too salty, because we will remove this one when the meat is ready. And you don't have to push it in. It's just to put like a salty crust on top. It's taking the moist out, and it makes sure that the skin becomes really crispy. Now, while we are doing that, you just preheat your oven on 180 degrees, and we put this meat, it's like 1 kilo, we put it in our oven for 1 hour. And make sure that the meat is in the middle of the oven. For 1 hour. And now we just have to wait. So after 1 hour in the oven, it's ready, and then we will have to remove the crust from the salt. You can notice it's easier when there is no rope around your meat. Make sure you don't burn yourself. So take as much salt as possible from the skin, and then the meat, it needs to go out of the foil now. You can still see that the meat is not burnt. I will try to show you with a smaller part. In the plate I put a grill and some water. I did it for now, so when the fat is dripping off, that it's not burning into the plate. Now we still have the vinegar, and we just put again vinegar on the skin. And you can really use a lot of vinegar. The vinegar will make sure that in the last step the skin will become extra crispy. And now we will put it in the oven on grill, and you put it on 240 degrees for another 20 minutes. Okay. So the meat is out of the oven. Let's take it, and then we will do the final test to see if it's crispy. And I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. It's crispy. And it's really crispy. So our dinner is finished. Almost all the meat is finished. It's like almost 2 kilo that we had. It was my sister's first experience with Filipino food. She liked it, so that's already a big compliment if she likes Filipino food, because she never tried it. Now, this is one of the ways that you can make it. There are more kind of recipes, but I think this one is an easy recipe and it's quickly to make. The oven is doing all the work. You just have to marinate it overnight, and all the rest is just the oven that is doing it. So it's easy to make, it's quickly to prepare. If you have another recipe, please comment below this video. It's always interesting to learn more recipes about it. I know that you can also make it in the frying pan, but I like to make it in the oven so it's less oily. I hope you like this video. If you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you didn't do it yet. Don't forget also to subscribe on my wife's channel, Madame Filipinay Belgium. She's mostly doing cooking vlogs, and sometimes when we're going out she's also making a travel vlog, but it's mostly cooking. So you can find a lot of recipes there. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Paalam. Tot ziens.